The Raya Real Estate Roundup. It's the market pulse for the North Bay for Sonoma, Napa, and Marin counties. The North Bay basically continues its path towards normalization. Talk about price per square foot. Across the three counties, the average price per square foot has been relatively stable over the last year. We're sitting at about the mid 700s, which is slightly down from the post pandemic highs, which but still it's showing real resilience even in the face of the high interest rates and higher borrowing costs that we've seen over the years. Days on market have stretched to the mid 40s year over year from the low 30-day range. So it's up a little bit. This tells you that buyers are taking a little bit more time. The buyer demand is still pretty great. Consumption remains about the same, closings remain about the same, but buyers have more choice. Months of inventory is hovering around 3 months for the region. And in certain parts, certain areas, it's going up to about 40 days. That's more balance. It gives buyers some breathing room where compared to where we have been over the last couple of years. But it's also shy of what economists call a true buyer's market, which is arguably around the 4.5 months of inventory mark. Marin County continues to drive the top end and bring up the average numbers. Their price per square foot is around $960 a foot. Luxury sales, tight supply, and proximity to major employment hubs fuel all of that. Sonoma County is in that mid to high $400 price per square foot range. It's got steady affordability and steady volume. Napa oscillates in the $600 to $700 price per square foot range. Overall, it's a more balanced, more sustainable North Bay than we've seen in years. It's not frantic anymore, but it can still be competitive for quality listings. For the local spotlight, it's Santa Rosa. Average home prices in Sonoma County, Santa Rosa area are in the mid 800s, which translates to around $480 a foot. Days on market ticked up from the low 30s into the low 40s, but well-priced homes still get snapped up quickly, usually inside of 30 days. Inventory sits just over 2 months, so that has somewhat underscored buyer demand because there's a semi-limited supply when we look at this microcosm of the market. There's slightly more inventory than this time last year, which is why the market feels calmer. It's proof that normalization is happening. So my take, here's the Raya read. The Bay Area has been shifting for some time from chaos to clarity. If you're a seller, you can't just rely on slapping a sign in the ground and frenzy pricing. That hasn't been the case for a while. But more than ever, preparation and presentation on the listing side still win the day. What that means is those buyers that think that they have the leverage oftentimes do, but with a well-presented listing, that shifts. And so we have to switch gears in this conversation, depending on if you're a buyer or a seller. Overall, buyers do have their leverage back. They can breathe, they can negotiate, they can be strategic, they have choice. But if a seller comes to market with a well-prepared listing, they've got to rethink that. If you want the best homes, you still have to move quickly. This is where skill still matters. Pricing, positioning, storytelling on the listing side. That's what makes a difference between a listing sitting and selling and closing. That matters. And that's exactly where we thrive. Thanks a lot. If you got questions about other cities, your strategy, what you need, holler at me. Thank you very much. Take good care. Have a great Thanksgiving and great holiday season. Peace.